Ryan, what do we know about what these sanctions will be?
Well, there's really two things to watch. One is a so-called sanctions blacklist, the so-called Cronies list. This would target people in Putin's inner circle and ban them from traveling to the European Union and freeze any of the assets they may have in the European Union. This is something that the U.S. has already done. So far, the Europeans have limited themselves to sanctioning individuals that they believe were directly involved in events in Ukraine and in destabilizing Ukraine. So this would be the Europeans playing catch-up with the U.S. The other thing to watch out for is so-called Tier 3 sanctions that would really go after the Russian economy. And there are three things there. One would be a weapons ban. Another would be restrictions on the export from the European Union of technologies for the oil industry, particularly sort of unconventional oil exploration like shale exploration. And the third thing, finally, would be restricting Russian banks' access to European capital markets. We've already seen a little bit of that in the United States, the U.S. Pushing some Russian companies away. This would be the Europeans doing the same, but perhaps taking it with a much broader stroke, going after all state-backed Russian banks.
And Ryan, what do we know will be the Russian response to these sanctions?
Well, so far, it looks like the Kremlin's response is going to be defiant and retaliatory. So we just heard in the last couple hours the parliament there talking about coming up with this new status called country aggressor. This would be for countries that introduce sanctions against Russia, and it would target their auditing and accounting firms, the KPMGs, the Ernst & Youngs of the world, some of the law firms. We already heard yesterday threats on bans of poultry imports from the United States, and even McDonald's. I know it sounds a bit funny, but even McDonald's is being scrutinized right now, and maybe some McDonald's would be closed.
All right. Thank you so much, Ryan. Certainly there are some options, but not a lot for the Russians here in the face of these sanctions. Ryan Chilcote in London.